Greetings, buddies. Yet another subject where I need to pleasantly amaze you with a small surprise that will leave you intrigued and wanting to know more. What is the mind in general? What is a physical body? Therefore, it is no longer a secret for anyone that psychosomatics, that is some kind of movement of the mind, resonates inside the body actually. What is the mental condition of an individual? What is the mental state of a person? This is his physiological state. Internally, yes, it is indeed very sacred. It is an intimate thing. It belongs to you. That is your mental, your mind body. It represents your inner component. It is akin to your code. It is a fundamental part of your being. It is intrinsic to your existence. Imagine if you are an algorithm, a complex algorithm, where there is a plethora of stuff, and this is your open source code. That is, this is what you are composed of. This is your mind body. This, in my opinion, is a highly significant aspect because it essentially establishes your identity. That is, what is written there doesn't matter there. Verbally, it can be understood or not. See there, in some deep states of altered consciousness or how, but what is inside you, that is you, your true essence. Well, because you think based on everything that is inside you. You cannot come up with something so eco-friendly if you don't have mechanisms inside that can move towards eco-friendliness in principle. My mental state is mine. I am the person closest to this situation. It is important to me, and it seems to me that I should be the one to put things in order, not anyone else. Another person, he has his own things. He needs to tidy up himself, and I need to tidy up myself to maintain cleanliness and order. Is everything okay then? If someone else tries to organize things for me, I should make sure they have a better organization than mine. It is much better that I want to have the same order as he does. Then I will say, okay, fine, put me in order, please. And then it's like he will establish his own order. So in order to establish such order in oneself, like he has, there must be mechanisms similar to the ones he currently possesses. Ideally, don't give him instructions on how to organize things at his place, but observe how he organizes things and learn from him. If he allows you to observe how he organizes things and shares tools and mechanisms that will help you organize things at your place. In other words, approximately speaking, we need to comprehend that the inner psyche is an extremely sacred subject matter. It is similar to being completely exposed, as if it is something challenging, you know what I mean, right? So, you are unable to show and tell everyone, listen, I do not know what is happening here. Well, and the body, yes, the body itself, physiology, this is even more. That is, this is already an expression of the mental in matter, the embodiment of the mind in the physical realm. That is the information that is inside you, the organization of cells, the organization of your energy flows that are inside you. They are already expressed in physiology, already manifested by material cells, already manifested quite specifically, alive, matter, which we know as human being. Now let's examine how an individual comprehends themselves in a broader and more comprehensive sense overall. What is this body, and what about the body? And this, well, this is the appendix. It is unnecessary. Let's cut it off. Why does he need it? Why do we need it at all? Let's go and cut him off completely and permanently. Please wait. Just give me a second. That is, maybe. No, let's cut all of them at birth. We need to take decisive action for the greater good. Why torture them? Then you will have to cut. No, let us cut everything right away. Let us keep watching. So, who is saying this? And people say that those who, as if they looked at themselves in general, figured themselves out there, we can say that they figured themselves out so cool that they lived 200 years longer, 500 years longer. The outcome is impressive, okay? We'll trust them with something. They don't live for 50 more years, but the result is truly awesome. How is everyone doing, so to speak, right? Why do we trust them with our physical well-being? For instance, I don't visit doctors, friends. Generally. If we move in a manner that I will not be bothered, and the contents within me, doctors know better, right? They are studying. They study all their life. Anatomy is studied here. Frogs are being dissected. There are lifeless corpses of the frogs. Elsewhere? They study this, but probably know it better than me. Is it right? They know better what I have. Well, that's why if anything, I'll just go there and they'll fix everything for me. They will give pills, this is a painkiller, and everything will be fine. Why do not bother? I will consume a pill, and as if it is the first time, and I do not feel any pain. Ta-da! Order! No pain and order. Can I keep working? Yes? Please let me know. Here. In other words, in my view, there is a total absence of logic at this location. Even for those who create these advertisements, I would say it would be disgraceful to promote all of this in such a foolish manner, to the extent that if something causes pain, and whatever you once did, oops, ate a pill and it doesn't hurt. Oh, how good. I want to tell you there is such a thing as consciousness. Consciousness and body are already really strong in each of us. The connection between them is deformed. That is how, possibly in some distant times, an individual felt the essence of nature, felt the serenity of the forest, felt the subtle shifts in weather. And what an individual feels now, they feel a profound emptiness. Do you comprehend the magnitude of this change? So this is a big difference, and it's comfortable not to feel anything, because you don't feel those negative channels of those entities, internal deep dysfunctions, various birth difficulties, and so on. So in a way, it is truly a method to avoid overwhelming your mind with the challenges related to your mental and physical well-being. So I took a pill, and that's it. Nothing hurts. But we must understand that it doesn't disappear anywhere. According to the law, so to speak, of Archimedes, if there's more here, then there's less there. So it disappears somewhere. If we introduce this volume, this mass here, it means that another mass will emerge somewhere. Somewhere this volume must somehow be reflected. I would once again go back to all of these, so to speak, childhood, school processes, and would examine them more closely, yes, so that people truly still carried them over into life, yes, in order to gain a deeper understanding of what truly exists in our world today. So we cannot simply go and say, oh, go ahead, I have everything in order here. I came to a psychologist, I say, listen, I have a disconnect here, I do not understand myself, you know? So you will fix everything for me now and everything will be fine, right? No, there won't be any order there, friends. You yourself, that is your mental state, that is your physical body. No one will bring order there except for you. Even at this moment, even if you proudly proclaim all your endeavors, all your aspirations, having perused all the books that I suggest, it is highly probable that you will not have the capability to promptly arrange things in order. You will require a number of years, at the most favorable, and at the most unfavorable, a number of decades. Then you will come closer to realizing that a certain horizon is starting to appear, that maybe in this lifetime I will be able to arrange something in a more organized manner. Possibly, I will have the opportunity to reach the state of being alone within myself, without engaging in internal arguments, without paying attention to the prompters that echo inside of me. This is a substantial and remarkable achievement. This is a significant and commendable merit, involving serious and profound mental inner work that a person can only reach through dedicated and consistent practice of meditation. The concept of meditation has become very blurred now. I will not even bring up this topic. We will discuss it at a later time when it is more appropriate to do so. Generally, I hope my book will still be published. I've already managed 2/3, and soon, friends, you'll be able to read it. Your support means the world to me. I will provide extensive details on aspects of how individuals confidently move and the potential outcomes. I will share some of my own experiences and so on. Comprehend, here are a few things that are considered sacred and hold great importance. Do you comprehend the meaning of the word sacred? What is it? It is marvelous. What is intimate? Closed. What is so valuable? so valuable that it cannot be shown just like that. Even directing attention there already can only be done with a certain reverence, with a certain trepidation, because if you look there rudely, you will already violate it, that it is something sacred, holy, something of immense significance, something that holds great importance. And in this sacred place, you see, you cannot let everyone in with unwashed hands. Well, imagine this situation, let's say there. What shall we take? Well, you have a lady, right? Is it your favorite? Is it real and right for you? Do you feel that it resonates with you, being close and native? Is it your genuine, authentic experience? And at present, there exist a multitude of these sexologists in that particular location. You invite a sexologist, and he's like, yes, I'll help you right now. Yes, let's do it. Of course, you can't do it. Look here, you need to do it like this, like this, like this, like this. Let's talk about it, about what you're telling. I'm just like that. It is considered now, oh, class. Indeed, comrades, this is your internal world. This is sacred. This is your intimate. This is your innermost. This cannot be displayed to all because their perceptions of your inner being will shatter your inner being, will shatter your fragile emotional state. Oh, it is simple to destroy, easy to demolish with rough attention, not to mention that the idea of someone else will transform all of this into something tangible and enjoyable for you, converting some of your delicate little things into something unclean and undesirable. What people think, that's how they will turn it all out. And people, unfortunately, in their general mass, are rough in their thinking. You understand? Not enough. Very thin in its natural state. You have to develop some self-protective mechanisms yourself, or else everything you have will not be able to survive the challenges it encounters. In this location, that soft and sacred thing, something pure, it will not be able to endure or persist. They will trample, crush, and consume him. That is the entirety of it. If you do not possess your own constructions that can in some way shield it from prying eyes, impoliteness. Impoliteness must be confronted with impoliteness. Is it correct? Then it's easier. Okay, is that all the rest, right? Let's go back, so to speak. And here, therefore, the sexologist explains to you, yes, and shows how it is necessary in general, like here you need to perform a massage. Here, that is, you do not know, you have everything very flat and rough. Yes, and here he puts things in order for you, shows that like this, and like this. That is just like understanding that there is a third wheel present here. Another person will not be of any assistance to you in this situation. And if they do offer help, then it all transitions into another game, another stage, another order of events. This is different. This is no longer intimate, not sacred, not your personal space anymore. It is not yours anymore, it is now public. Let us share our favorite with the whole team of friends. Therefore, this is no longer your favorite. This is no longer considered your internal preference. And here is the same. First of all, you must take care of the order and cleanliness of this volume. And it is crucial to prioritize the maintenance of the organization and tidiness within this book. If you believe that you can simply utter, there, let's do it, yes, everything flows by itself, we will let everything go now, relax, no need, it's all not important, it's all one, the universe is full of love, who do we need to defend ourselves from and why? Let's share everything we have without any hesitation, without holding back, without any reservations, without any second thoughts. There exist highly intriguing ideologies, yes, but they are not practical. All of this ultimately leads to a multitude of diverse and varied outcomes. Yes, and I genuinely adore Osho and cherish all of his ideas, but when I encountered real Osho followers, genuine communities where people lived and so on, I saw that either they didn't understand something or it was all not what it seemed to be. It was a disillusioning experience that made me question the authenticity of their understanding and the true nature of their way of life. Most likely they didn't comprehend something, I pondered, because Oj is still sacred, and the way he depicted, how he depicted it, is genuinely profound, serious matters. They profoundly resonate within, genuinely require to share, require to release, don't require to attach, require everything like that. I provide these books to individuals for reading, not for them to unquestioningly believe in them. Generally, all the books I provide are not intended to be perceived in that manner. This is to comprehend the thoughts of previous generations and what they have arrived at, participating in meditative practices, participating in specific inner work to enhance personal growth. That is what Gurdjieff was thinking about, how he showed it, what Osho showed. Here is Castaneda, a very interesting work. And here is yoga according to Tantra. Here are some more texts, the science of breathing of Indian yogis. In fact, Indian philosophy is something different. There are various aspects, such as Buddhism, which also represents something distinct. There are things that someone has already stated. They expressed it in some way. We need to address this matter. This is the fundamental basis. This is the starting point from which we can move forward and make progress. We are presently living, they have already accomplished it. Let us move forward. And this is already the mind speaking. No, my dear friends. It is logical. It indicates that remaining silent does not make you dumber. Instead, it makes you smarter. This is because your mind starts functioning more efficiently. It becomes liberated and eliminates any unfinished processes that are within it. These processes resurface and you verbalize them, experiencing them internally, accepting them, forgiving them, and letting them go. In this way, you engage in all of this inner work. After you completed all the tasks, after all of you exited, you became aware of the presence of certain hierarchies, entities, and other elements in that place, thus all of these energies. Having figured it out here, yes, you were able to achieve a state of balance and harmony, which is not exactly an impossible task, but rather a very challenging one. Having achieved a certain balance within, you started to build further, approaching with the understanding that this is just the beginning, understanding yourself at the start of your journey, envisioning how your mind can work effectively for you, and continuing to make progress based on this foundation you have established. This is the commencement. This does not signify that at this point you are required to entirely withdraw from it and proceed to the comprehension of the unfamiliar. No, this is the path, yes, of Castaneda, but not mine. I am of the belief that intelligence needs to be utilized in a more effective manner. You must utilize your inner self, but you should make an effort to establish order within that space. No one else has the ability to tidy up in that location for you. There is someone who can show you, for example, I have the capability to clean you up, conduct a session, scatter all these entities there, remove negative channels and so on, bringing your energy into balance and harmony. However, this equilibrium and unity will endure for you precisely as much time as you are able to remain within this equilibrium within your own being. Once you commence to establish your customary, familiar mechanisms, schemes, contacts, interactions with the energies with which you are accustomed to interacting, it will all initiate turning back to the place where it was originally positioned. In the end, if you don't engage in self-improvement and just did a cleansing session for entertainment purposes, it will all come to the same place. Well, perhaps if there were significant external influences, yes, they will not be able to recover, of course, but the mechanisms of human thinking that are currently in place will guide him back to the point where we initially started our journey together. So you are not present because indeed you are present because you are similar to that. And the concept that you will visit the doctor and he will heal you, that you don't need to be concerned about your physical body, it is impermanent. Yes, from one earth to another, so why make an effort? Let's not become attached. Where is the logic, buddies? Does she truly need it in this existence at all, my dear friends? Perhaps it is not bad. Well, here I am talking about it. Yes, I mean, doctors are wonderful. They provide assistance, they offer help. It is great. And at one point I wanted to be a doctor, wanted to be in the system. But when I encountered and saw certain inflexible, let us say, even for my not so highly developed mind, I saw completely inflexible mechanisms. I realized that I would have to constantly interact with this. I realized that I do not want to occupy any positions in this structure at all. This realization made me reconsider my career aspirations and led me to pursue a different path that aligns more with my values and goals. I am now focused on finding a profession that allows for greater flexibility and autonomy. I am not a doctor. I do not treat anyone. I am neither a hospital nor a clinic. I have nothing to do with making things better for you there. I do not promise you that I will cure cancer, but I do promise to cure whatever is there. I will not cure anything else, as I have no relation to the treatment of any other condition. My focus is solely on curing what is present, and I am committed to that objective. However, I am absolutely certain that if you are able to establish order within yourself, primarily psychological order, then a state of good well-being will inevitably and automatically manifest within your physical body as a natural and inherent response to the internal harmony you have created. If you're able to come to the point of removing external influences from yourself, if you're able to dissolve internal psycho-emotional traumas and dysfunctions on your own, the pathogenic external vectors that cause all these tissue tensions will go away and cease to exist, leading to a state of equilibrium and well-being for your body and mind. You will experience enhanced blood circulation, improved vascular system, enhanced nervous system, and healthier tissues, which will naturally lead to overall improvement in your health and well-being. Tissue life will get better. Why? Because there has been an improvement in energy. Why? As a result of the improved internal organization and increased self-awareness, you now pay more attention to yourself, which is a positive development. That is all. And on occasion, you simply need a little bit of attention to fulfill your needs. So you do not need ideas about ideas about ideas about ideas, just need to look inside, and that is enough. And take a deep breath. Commence by observing the breath. Then your sensitivity will enhance, and gradually you will start to feel your physical body more. The more you feel your body, the faster you will perceive those areas where you experience tension or pain. It becomes apparent that there are certain locations where it hurts or causes discomfort. No necessity to consume painkillers. No, you're required to experience this pain. You do not need to flee from her. You need to run in the opposite direction towards her. Proceed inside her and carefully observe her with great attention and focus. Acknowledge and accept the presence of pain in that area. Recognize that there is a mental anguish. Understand that there is a certain degree of pain stemming from your lack of self-awareness and understanding. You need to attend this event. Embrace yourself and acknowledge that there may be some sick and angry individuals present. Upset, such and such, good, bad. You must understand him in some way. You have to get into his role, realizing it, and grasping the complexity of his emotions. To forgive what he, that is, to let go from his already present countenance. These are all simple things, my friends. If you do not take care of them for a number of years, what kind of health can you talk about? Undoubtedly, all of these subpersonalities will have a detrimental impact on your endocrine system. They will contort your facial tissues, induce vascular spasms in that specific region, and give rise to various other physiological manifestations. Isn't that right? The outcomes of all of this? Problems? How will advertising aid you in achieving your goals? Just take a pill, all will be fine. Rhyme, right? Oh, here it caught. Is your head hurting? There is a solution. Friends, but this is not stupidity. How can one really do such a thing? What about Archimedes' principle? And what about Lavoisier's law of conservation of mass? Where did all of this go? Einstein is present, the equation is E equals mc squared. Where can one find all of these rules that apply in every location and are generally applicable to all situations? In all particles there, not particles. Where did all this go? In which location did all of this disappear? Everything is perfectly fine and nothing hurts. This is absolute madness, my dear friends. You need to come to your senses. You need to go through pain, through your own inner lack of understanding of yourself, lack of understanding of those situations that arose in your world. During your growth, during your development, during childhood, during another phase. Without all of this, without working on oneself, without specific work on oneself, fanatical self-improvement, this is a genuinely profound and transformative work on oneself. Every single second, every single day. It is equivalent to standing in front of a wall and hitting it every single day. Lord, have mercy on me. And this is how it goes every single day, starting from morning and continuing till evening. That's when crystallization occurs. It's funny, but it's true. That's when proper crystallization occurs. When you keep hitting the same thing over and over again. In this place, the brains are melting. You desire to seize everything simultaneously and soar off. Observe breathing. Can you imagine? Start this. It wants to go there and you do it. Once, where are you going? Watch the breath. It again. Where are you going? So, observe body position, observe emotions, observe thoughts. You must possess protective elements to safeguard your health. Your internal immune system is formidable. It is a powerful fighter that tirelessly defends your body. You possess an inner beast within yourself, which allows you to perceive the existence of other inner beasts in a unique way. Feels who is the main, who is strong, who is secondary, who is tasty, and who is not very. Who is suitable for engaging in sexual relations and who is not. This is your instinctive nature, your inner beast. It also needs to be realized, understood. He needs to be allowed to walk, to go for a walk. It needs to be felt. Feelings. Medication will not be beneficial in this situation, and particularly certain intelligent individuals who have orchestrated a state of perplexity with the creature on their own. They resolve the issue amongst themselves. Each alternate person is now a psychologist and can provide assistance in uncovering your inner purpose through deep dives into past lives and explorations of the subconscious mind. Friends, this is absolute madness. They are still in their 20s, 20 years old. 19. Once more, for the second time in a repetitive manner as it has happened before. The internal space is incredibly intimate, profoundly sacred, exquisitely subtle, and an exceptionally holy area of great significance, reverence, and deep spiritual connection. If there are no protective mechanisms in that location, if you are unable to organize yourself in order to bring about order in that place, you will have it within your soul. Cats have defecated, you will have excrement in your soul. And with this, no medical professionals will assist you, no psychologists there placing newspapers. They will not establish order or bring about organization. You have to take responsibility for your own internal matters and arrange things in that area. If you are unable to do it, there is what exists. That is the entirety of it. There are no other options or alternatives available. If you assume responsibility for your inner self, maybe your obsessive work on yourself in a couple of years, and in all probability decades, will produce tangible outcomes, so that you will genuinely embody something, not merely appear to be. Illumination and affection, companions, best of luck on your spiritual voyage.